Dear children, dear teachers, dear parents of the Oru Nursery School and the Future Foundation School, dear staff members of the two schools and of Sri Aurobindo Institute of Culture, first of all, welcome to what the mother has said. Welcome to her house. Where we are standing today is a house that mother has described as her home in Kolkata. That is not just a metaphorical statement, it is absolutely true and living. I have no words to describe what happened here today. I can only say what I felt, that this invocation was nothing short of a close to 2 hours collective meditation. I am not sure about our parents or our teachers, how well you breathe in or breathe out, and after inhaling and exhaling, how much you are able to be actually in the presence of the divine. However, I am pretty sure that this close to 2 hours of performance here, this 2 hours of homage, because calling it a performance would be belittling its very spirit, would have transported us to the presence of the mother. The mother is right here. The mother is watching us. The mother is enjoying and saying to all of you, I salute you, my brave little soldiers. I give you my call to the rendezvous with victory. A lot has been said about the mother today, her life, her work. It has been enacted. Songs and dances have been offered to her in homage, in French, in Bengali, in English, in maybe even Sanskrit. What comes across is a profound invocation that can only happen the way it has happened if the mother was sitting and looking at each one of us. So in her divine presence, I can tell you one or two things that, first of all, go with the performance and beyond the performance. First of all, I have just completed a couple of months ago 25 years of service to this institution. In itself, it's not important, not at all. But this 25 years, in spite of all my failings, I have been able to live, thanks to all of you and your predecessors, under the watchful eye of the mother and in her lap. Nothing less, nothing more. What we experience here, and today is a symbolic expression of that, is we all here are there to serve the mother. What do we do by serving the mother? It is there for you to see. Whether I am a physics teacher, or a chemistry teacher, or an English teacher, all I have done today is my teaching job. Because what I have done is, day in and day out, for the entire 9 months the school is open, I have offered my work, my everything to the mother. The mother, in turn, has taken care of each one of her children, be they students, be they staff members, be they teachers, anybody and everybody. That is the depth of what is happening today. It is not a one-day performance. It is not just beautiful in terms of its expression. Of course, it is sublimely beautiful. Otherwise, we couldn't have watched it. But the sublimation has happened because the mother has presided over it. That is what I can tell you. Now, I can go on and on, but let me draw your attention to a few things that have struck me beyond what you watched here. First of all, you saw children drawing. They are there right now. They are on display. I'll talk of two of these beautiful sketches. One is of Sri Aurobindo. And I would like to believe that if there is one person in the universe who truly understood and offered herself to Sri Aurobindo, it is the mother. Sri Aurobindo himself has said that, so I'm not really going out of, depth in saying this. This is the best portrait I have ever seen in my 6 decades of life of Sri Aurobindo. This is very difficult to paint a picture of Sri Aurobindo, borders on the impossible. The second one you'll see is a picture goes like this. Yeah? The mother drew it herself once. And she said, you have 2 choices. One choice, you can go in this zigzag manner. And the other choice is, you can go straight to the divine. So you'll see the line that connects from the top to the bottom in between. In the Future Foundation School, we have the luxury of going straight to the mother. All our failings, all our mistakes, all our, difficulties, obstacles have been taken care of her. I would like to just remind you that today we have covered a few works of Sri Aurobindo the Mother. Of the Mother, definitely words of long ago, where you have the path of later on and some other things. Of course, the unique little girl is written by her biological progeny in French and translated into English. And we have also had Sri Aurobindo's invocation of the Mother. And we have also quoted from one of his smallest works, but one of his most profound works, that is the Mother. So, this is really what I can say. I'd also like to draw your attention to the fact that many children have worked on the Mother on music, and those charts are on display. Don't forget to see them, because we also heard Mother is a great musician. The performances were complete. There might have been things that some child or some teacher or staff member might not have done to the nth power of excellence. But collectively, it was a performance, it was a homage where Mother was in each one of us, even those who stood and watched. As the great poet said, they also serve who only stand and wait. I would like to carry on and actually remind all our parents that of the French program, you were offered a synopsis. Please don't throw it away. It's a sacred thing for us. Please treasure it, go through it. Your children have performed. What have they performed to? It is there with its English translation for those who could not understand. I would like to just quote from this beautiful French script some lines which were not there in the synopsis. And it says the following, okay. Asheria says, tu es né pour réaliser le plus haut idéal, disait-elle, et elle m'envoyait promener. So basically, this is a story in the previous line recounted by Shreyan, where mother is talking of her own childhood, where she was complaining sometimes of the food or little things and, not doing her work properly. So when Asheria is coming back to that, the mother of Mira is saying, you have been born to realize the highest ideal, and she would send her back to work. And then, what all of them said, nous sommes tous nés pour le plus haut idéal. So, it's not just that the mother was born to realize the highest ideal. She has given us access to all of us to realize the highest ideal. That is, in a sense, why we have a school. That is, in a sense, the purpose of this institution. Nothing less, nothing more. In the words of Sri Aurobindo, we are sons of God and must be even as He. His human portion, we must grow divine. What is the key to becoming and manifesting the divinity in us? It is recounted in Sri Aurobindo's wonderful book, The Mother. But what I'll do today is actually talk of the essence of that. And this is a card you will all get, but I'll take the trouble of just reading out from that. Sri Aurobindo says, la soumission de soi à la mère divine et infinie, aussi difficile soit-elle, demeure notre seul moyen efficace et notre seul refuge permanent. So in English, because this is translated into French, self-surrender to the divine and infinite mother, however difficult, remains our only effective means and our sole abiding refuge. নিজেকে ঐশ্বরিক ও বিশ্ব মায়ের কাছে সমর্পণ যতই কঠিন হোক না কেন তা আমাদের কার্যকর উপায় এবং স্থায়ী আশ্রয়। শ্রী অরবিন্দের লেখা। Before I conclude, I'd like to tell you two little personal anecdotes. One is of a conclusion to our school, Future Foundation School prayer every day. We say, Victoire à la douce mère. And we follow it up by saying, victory to our sweet mother. This has been true of this institution much before I came. This English translation of the French invocation is actually by my mother. But it is not a literally correct translation. It says, Victoire à la douce mère means victory to the sweet mother. When Joya ma'am translated it, she took the liberty, and that's a liberty the mother has given us. Through all these years since inception of this institution, victory to our sweet mother. She is the mother to all of us. She is the mother who is the constant compass, guiding us, taking us along. The second anecdote that I will talk to you about is of a founder member of the Sri Aurobindo Institute of Culture, which is in any way the body which has conceived of and given rise to the Orun Nursery School and the Future Foundation School. And I will say this in Bengali because otherwise it will lose its power. So this gentleman's name is Dr. Arun Ghosh. He was a practicing gynecologist who had a beautiful nursing home in the north of Calcutta called Shebayon. And he was also a servitor of the mother. He and his wife continued to live in the ashram after having a full innings in Calcutta, and he passed away at the age of, I think, 96, a few years ago. So Dr. Ghosh recounted as follows. His ancestral home was in Atpur. He was actually the descendant of a very eminent disciple, and shall we say, to use the correct expression, an apostle of Sri Ramakrishna. His name was Baburam Maharaj, also known as Swami Premananda. So Dr. Ghosh recounted the following anecdote, that once, you see, basically the Dhuni Puja that happened on Christmas Eve happened in those premises in Atpur. And Dr. Ghosh was instrumental finally, after a lot of effort, to get all the stakeholders together to offer that campus to the Ramakrishna Mission in his lifetime. So that happened maybe a couple of decades ago. But the point I'm simply trying to make is, once Swami Vivekananda came to visit, it was the time of Durga Puja. And he saw Sri Sri Ma Sharoda Devi sitting there on the Thakur Dalan, and the image of the goddess being worshipped. And he is reportedly had said, Baburam, তুই এতটা ভুল কি করে করলি? জ্যান্ত দুর্গা বসে আছে, তুই মাটির দুর্গা পূজা করছিস? This is a very, very profound statement I've heard from him. The only thing I can tell you today, we worship, you see, as you saw in the Bengali performance, we worship and we say goodbye to the goddess every day, every year. In Sharat. But we have been blessed to have had in our midst, born on 21st February, the Divine Mother. Let us celebrate that knowledge and the fact that she has brought us close to her, given us that intimacy, given us her presence, given us everything we need, and her promise for a wonderful life, not just for ourselves, but to change the world. Thank you, dear parents. Thank you, teachers. Thank you, children. My words will never be enough to describe the wonderful meditation we had today. Thank you for gifting us that very priceless gift. Bande Mataram.